Washington telegram received in London stated that Orville Wright covered 36 miles on his aeroplane in 57 minutes, during which he described 58 circles. That's from the Herald of September the 10th, 1908. Another telegram received in London the next day reported that in a second flight with his aeroplane on Wednesday, Orville Wright covered 38.5 miles in 62 minutes, 15 seconds, and afterwards, in a 6-minute trip, covered 5 miles. He was accompanied by an Army lieutenant. At Washington on Saturday, Mr. Orville Wright made a trip in his aeroplane lasting 1 hour, 10 minutes, 26 seconds at an average speed of 39.5 miles an hour. That's from the Herald, September the 14th, 1908. But sooner or later, tragedy was bound to strike. And a telegram from Washington reports one of the very first aeroplane accidents, fatalities. While Orville Wright and Lieutenant Selfridge were aeroplaning, the blade of one of the propellers broke under the strain. The accident occurred while the machine was circling. The vessel lost its balance and, like a shot bird, crashed to the ground. The 2 passengers were thrown out from a height of 65 feet. The aeroplane was smashed to splinters. Mr. Wright sustained a broken leg and a cut eye, while Lieutenant Selfridge was rendered unconscious and conveyed to hospital, where he died from injuries he had received. And that's from the Herald, September the 19th, 1908. From London it was reported the new British military aeroplane made its first flight on Tuesday, covering 100 yards. It was also reported that Farman aeroplaned a distance of 39 kilometers in 42 minutes, and that he would shortly attempt a record. That's October the 1st, 1908. The new British Army aeroplane was undergoing a further trial on Friday morning at Aldershot, when she fell 20 feet and was wrecked. Colonel Cody, who was the only passenger, escaped unhurt. With reference to the foregoing, Reuters states that the machine thus wrecked was designed on the lines followed by our brothers Wright, not those of Farman and de la Grange. It was constructed of canvas stretched on wood and metal framework, there being 2 planes 40 feet by 7.5 and 8 feet apart, with vertical and horizontal rudders. The steering device was regarded as perhaps the most important feature of the machine, since it is precisely while executing a turning movement that the stability of an aeroplane is most liable to be upset, and apparently this is where the design failed. October the 17th, 1908. Okay. Now the aeroplane was developing quickly, and soon Wilbur Wright had covered 61.5 miles in his aeroplane in 1 hour and 54 minutes. William Wright, I somehow think that's a typo, it should be Wilbur Wright, was engaged at Le Mans teaching French naval and military officers how to steer his machines, several of which were being built for the French government, as their value for scouting purposes on land at sea is held to be proved. Wright disposed of his French rights, but Germany was firmly wedded to the steerable balloon, while the British Army was endeavoring to evolve types both heavier and lighter than air machines, for herself, with a very moderate degree of success. All aeronauts and passengers are agreed as to the delightfulness of the sensation of flight and the sense of absolute security attending it. Farman, it is true, confessed to a certain degree of thoughtfulness when skipping over a grove of 90-foot pines, as he did during his Chalons to Reims flight, while Blériot survived some amazing falls, including one of 60 feet. And that comes from December the 19th, 1908.